Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today, and I wanted to get back to you on some new lip products that I had purchased during quarantine that I have finally used enough of and for long enough that I can actually give you full-on reviews. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being subscribed. And I'm going to start with the ones that I've had the longest. And these are from Neutrogena. These are the Color and Care Lip Oil and Stick. So these are drugstore products. They're under $10. They're extremely hydrating, but they're very sheer. And I have two shades. Sugar Plum is the one that I really like the most because it has the most color to it. I'll make sure to link all of the videos associated with these products in the description box down below. But this color is great, but as you can see, it's really quite sheer. I mean, it kind of blends to nearly nothing. What I like about this is that I feel like I can add this to my lips. It's hydrating. It doesn't last a long time, but there's a nice gloss to it. And anytime I feel like my lips need some nourishment, this does make them feel more comfortable. It's not the most nourishing lip product that I own that would go to a sleeping mask or to balm.com, where I really feel like if my lips are chapped, I need something more intense. But if your lips are dry and you need a little something to make them not feel dry, these are great for that. I love that the cap is completely clear so you can see the color of the product. They do have labels on the bottom. The labels are white. But I like having these sitting in my collection with this side up so I can see exactly what the shade is. The other shade I have is Dulce de Leche. And there's a couple of things that I've noticed. I'm just swatching this in the back of my hand. There is a swatch right here. You almost can't see it. They're very soft products though. And I've noticed that because look at how it's kind of getting worn down from moving back and forth in the tube. It doesn't have a perfectly slimline packaging like some other products. You can see here that there's a little bit of a gap between where the bullet itself is and the side of the packaging. So it does, because it is soft, it does kind of move back and forth in the packaging. And if it had a better slimline packaging, I think you'd have less of the bullet like moving back and forth. I don't notice it as, oh, I guess so. It happens with both of them. So the one thing I would say, I would caution you, is to only advance the amount that you need up. And if you could maybe not be as rough as I am when applying, because my concern will be that the longer you use it, the more it moves back and forth inside the packaging, the more unstable the bullet becomes, and then it might snap off or break. And that would just be a shame because these are such soft products. But I do really like them, and I can see myself probably not repurchasing this one. I mean, you can hardly see it. And for me, I want more than just a gloss. If I'm buying a color, I want a color. So I could see myself getting this one again if I ran out. The next product I picked up when I happened to be in Walgreens was this. This is the Matte Lip Crayon from L'Oreal. This one also comes in slimline packaging. And I was instantly drawn to this because this shade, I think this one's called Little Chili. I love this shade. The shade is beautiful. It is matte. I like that it's matte. It wears matte, but it feels it definitely feels more drying on my lips than I would want it to be. And if I wear it for an extended period of time, it does suck some of the hydration out of my lips. Now, I don't end up with real flaky lips. I just feel tight and uncomfortable. And I always err on the side of a hydrated glossy lip. Well, not always. I usually err on the side of a hydrated glossy lip, especially in the spring and summer. I do love matte lipsticks. So although this is a beautiful color, I think the color is amazing, I think there are better matte formulas out there. And the ones that I'm thinking of off the top of my head are definitely double, triple the price. The Lisa Eldridge True Velvet Mattes, that formula is impeccable. I really love the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution and the Pat McGrath Matte Trance. All of those, Pat is $40. I think the Charlotte Tilbury is between $34 and $36. And the Lisa Eldridge varies on the exchange rate, but I paid about $32 for them. So if this is a $10 lipstick, they're 3 times the price or 4 times the price. But if you're looking for a matte lipstick, I still haven't found one at the drugstore that offers that same comfort and matte feeling without making my lips feel dry and uncomfortable, that I can wear for extended periods of time. This one I have worn, but it won't be my first choice when I'm looking for a matte red. So the last set of lip products I have for you are from the new Wayne Goss release. And I have absolutely fallen in love with 3 of these items. I have 5 total. And not that the other ones aren't great, they're just ones that I've reached for so much. The first one that I wasn't sure I was really gonna like or need, all hail the Perfect Lip Pencil. Now I have a lot of other lip pencils. I have the ones from ColourPop. I have some from Charlotte Tilbury. I have Drugstore. I have Bite Beauty. And I'll tell you, out of all the ones that I have, the formula of this is amazing because either you get a kohl pencil that's really dry and tugs, and I'm sure you understand what that feels like, or you get one, even the higher end ones like the Charlotte Tilbury, when I apply it, it glides. And yes, the gliding is nice, but let me tell you, there is something emollient in here that when you glide, it doesn't stay as well as this pencil does, because this pencil, it's not a dry pencil, it's not a hard and brittle pencil, but it's also not as creamy as the way lip liners have gone, like down that really super creamy glidey line, which are great. They have kind of that gel feel to them. But those don't stay as long on my lips, and they're easier to smear than this is. And this lip pencil, I have the shade Mauve, and I think that if I'm going to continue to buy lip pencils, I might go for this one. And here's why. I'm 45, and the older I get, the more I have like that edge right on the lip that kind of defines your lip line, your natural lip line, is starting to be less defined. And I find that I used to be able to put on any lipstick, a bright lipstick, a nude lipstick, whatever, anything in the middle, shiny, glossy, matte, whatever. And I could always know exactly where my lip line is. That's harder to find these days. I'm just gonna be honest, I'm losing volume in my lips, so the collagen is going down. But this pencil, because this is the shade Mauve right here, it's not as glidey and gel-like as the higher end Charlotte Tilbury, the more expensive one, but this one perfectly outlines my lips, stays put, helps keep product on the inside. I have less feathering, but I can also perfect, like right here, there is a little bit of a dip that I didn't used to have, and I can kind of, perfectly define the outside edges of my lip line. And if I want to make them look a little bit larger because they're losing volume, I can go just on the outside and kind of cheat that line a little bit, and it looks amazing. And this shade Mauve is really great. I want one that's a little bit lighter than this for my lips, but my perfect lip line. This one's just a hair, it's a pinky nude. But I definitely want one. I hope he comes out with bolder colors because I want one in red for when I'm wearing red lipstick. But this is really fantastic. Now, I do love both of the lipsticks that I got. I got 2 of his lipsticks. The one that I have been wearing the most is the shade Zinnia. And it's this one right here. And it works well with the Mauve lip liner, even though they're not exactly the same shade. It's dark enough, and then putting this over the top is fantastic. This has kind of been like my quarantine fave. Since it arrived, I've worn it almost every day. I will, take whatever's on my lips and dab a little bit on my cheeks on no makeup days. But I love it, and I've used it a lot. It still looks fairly new, but I definitely have been using this a lot. And it's one that I'll keep in my jeans pocket, the pocket of my dresses. Sometimes if I don't have a pocket, I'll shove it, in my bra so I can have it with me because it is comfortable. It is lovely. It's creamy. It's hydrating. And you know what? I find that this lasts a good 4.5, 5 hours, even with drinking out of a straw, drinking out of a water bottle, drinking out of a glass or a coffee mug. This lasts a little bit longer, and it could be because it's a bolder color. The other lipstick that I got that I do love a lot, and I have worn, just not as much as the other one, and I'm gonna have to start swatching on the other side, I'm running out here. This one is called Lily, and it's a beautiful pinky nude. The formula on these is just heaven. It's creamy, it doesn't exaggerate any lines, it doesn't exaggerate any dryness that I have. Of course, I usually have generally nicely exfoliated lips, so they're not craggy and dry. But if I wear something that dries them out, I can wear this the next day and I don't look like I've got a mess going on. But this is a perfect nude shade that I love so much, but I have been preferring this one over this one just because it's a little brighter. And maybe I just need like a little bit more of a pick-me-up, and bold lipsticks always make me feel happy. All right, so I got 2 glosses. These are, I love the packaging on these, they're so pretty. This one here is called Hyacinth, and it's beautiful, but it is kind of a shimmer. Now this is the one that, although it's beautiful, I have not been wearing as much. So it's right here. They're very glossy, they're very pretty. The one that I have been wearing a lot is this one. This is Cherry Blossom. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And it's a little bit deeper in tone, a little bit more peachy pink. But what I love about these is I'm wearing a lip gloss today that it does one of the things that I don't like, which is if you over apply. I'm a serial over applier of any lip product. I always have way too much on. It starts to collect and gather like in the corners or right on that edge of where your lip is wet on the inside and where it's not on the outside. And so when it starts to collect right around the edges and then get goopy and string in the corners, I can't handle that. So I was wearing this and then I realized it was doing that. So I had to go and wipe off like on the edges and in the corners. And I don't have that problem with either of these glosses. I think that this one here in Hyacinth, I will wear more once I start. Up to this point, I've been wearing very minimal makeup or no makeup and just a lipstick. And if I wear just a gloss, this is not the shade of gloss that I would choose on its own. But over a lipstick, it looks beautiful. Over a deeper liner, it looks beautiful. But I wanted to try both a kind of a shimmery gloss and a non-shimmery gloss. And I do prefer this one here in Cherry Blossom over the 2 that I have, but the formula is beautiful on both. And I will definitely, you know, find that I will use both lipsticks, the nude as well as the bold color, and both of these, the shimmer as well as the non-shimmer, as we move on and I start wearing more makeup. I absolutely love all the lip products that I picked up with the exception of this, and I think it comes down to preference. I do like the look of matte lips, but I feel like there are other ones in my collection that I like better than this because they leave my lips feeling much more nourished. So I'm still on the hunt. If you have a recommendation of a comfortable but matte bullet lipstick from the drugstore, let me know. I want to find some less expensive alternatives to the higher end matte lipsticks that I love, because paying in the 30s and 40s, I can see that for like a special lipstick, but not all the time and not every day. So if you have any recommendations, definitely let me know in the comments down below. But I've loved most everything I've tried, and this I think just comes down to preference and also skin type, because if your lips aren't as dry as mine or don't lose moisture as quickly as mine, this may not be a problem for you, and it lasts really well. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you've been picking up anything new recently, if you've tried something that you had never tried before and what your thoughts are on that. And again, if you have recommendations for a drugstore matte lipstick that doesn't dry the lips, let me know. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching and being subscribed, and I will see you again soon. Bye.